Let's go to the cigarette half of this conversation. And this is a company that's given us a lot of trouble over the last few years. Only because I don't like it, but it has continued to do very well in its home market in the UK and here in South Africa, and that's British American Tobacco. 44 cigarette factories, 39 countries. It's got its global drive brands. So these are the ones that it really tries to preference, but it has a whole bunch of others. The big drive brands are Dunhill, Kent, Lucky Strike and Pall Mall. Market capitalization, because it's listed here in rands, 1.6 trillion rands, which by my maths would say then about $100 billion.
Yep.
Price to earnings ratio 17.25, dividend yield 3.97. So good dividend payer, solidly profitable, even though in some of its core markets has declining sales, the pricing power and the margins have stayed good.
This is a strange one, Paul, and I share your sentiments. I find smoking a really despicable, distasteful habit, and it really is, it's got no place in any kind of modern environment. But having said that, in many parts around the world, it's still actually growing. I'm thinking of the developing world. The developed world, the amount of smoking is actually, it's decreasing. It's becoming less socially acceptable, and the increases in duties over many, many years, if not decades, has rendered it
but
become
sales
too expensive.
remain fairly strong. So even though they puff up the amount of taxes in the box price, people still keep at it.
Yes, and I mean, I've seen a presentation, which, by the way, is one of the best presentations I've ever seen from any company a few years ago when they came out and presented to us. And they made the very interesting point that all that happens after a duty increase is it gets passed on, they don't absorb it, the consumer pays, and then perhaps maybe for a few weeks, few months, you get this kind of change. People's perceptions change, they down trade for a while, and then they pretty much come back to their old favourites again.
Because of course it's a highly addictive product, that's what we know. So people that do smoke tend to carry on smoking.
Yes.
Young people though, what's your sense? I suppose it's hard to say. In developed countries, young people are smoking less because it's becoming, as you say, less socially acceptable, but it's still pretty widespread. But of course they've been clever because over the preceding years they've been out there buying businesses in Turkey, buying businesses in Indonesia, broadening their base in countries and continents like Africa, just looking for new markets and doing that thing where you upgrade people that smoke, roll the tobacco and so on to the premium brands.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what is to say? Share price wise, did we look at that yet? So there's the 5-year chart, and you can see it's crested the 800 rands a share level, and it's held that level. In the UK, it has gone through the £40 a share mark, having gone a little bit sideways in the mid-30s for a while. But the question here on Hot Stocks as usual is hot or not.
Very simple model, Paul. I like the model. I don't like the product, but the model's great, and it's been a fantastic performer for many years. I like it. I'm hot in it.
You're hot in it. Okay. I'm going to stick with my not hot call, although I'm really not sure at this point anymore what's going to make it go down.